What's up, everybody? Welcome to You Grow With Me. I'm Sean Grow, and this week for Mindset Mondays, the mindset I'm going to be focusing on is the college mindset. Now, what I mean by the college mindset, at least in America, is that we are brought up with this belief system that going to college is what we should do, that it's the right thing to do. It's the next logical step in our lives after high school. I believe that we're even taught that if you're smart, you go to college, that if you want to be successful, you go to college. In fact, I've seen people be shamed and looked down on for choosing not to go to college. People view that as others are being dumb or stupid because they're electing not to go to college, or maybe that they couldn't get into a college. That doesn't mean that anybody's dumb. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has some form of genius inside of them. Whoever you can think of that is great in their field, whether it's an athlete or a singer, actress, educator, doctor, whatever it may be, that's their genius. But I guarantee that there's something that you could do, or that you're just so knowledgeable about and connected to, that they might be terrible at. So everybody's their own form of genius, and I believe it's pretty obvious that college is not for everyone. It is not what everybody should do. College can be an amazing resource. For any parents, anybody watching this that believes I'm bashing college or saying that people shouldn't go to college, that's not the point that I'm trying to get across. College can be an awesome place to go if you know what it is that you would like to do with your life. If you don't know what it is that you would like to do with your life, then college is not the place for you. If you know that there is a career that you want to have, and there's a degree and education that you can pursue to get to that point, you can get the knowledge, you can get the experience to pursue that career and live that dream, and college can get you there, then that's awesome, and you should go for it. But if you don't know that yet, then college is not the place where you should be going right now. If you're a recent high school graduate, just take some time. Because of so many young adults, myself included, at that age, not having any guidance or being shown that there were any other possibilities or opportunities, any alternatives to college. There's millions of kids every year that just go to college and just kind of are, sheep following the herd. They're just doing what everybody else is doing because it seems like the only path, the only logical path, or the only possibility for them. And this is a big issue, and it causes this epidemic of kids being stuck with just insane, overwhelming student loan debt. I know people anywhere from $50,000-$60,000 of loan debt up to $300,000 of loan debt. Now, while that's not common, it's absolutely common for kids to have $120,000 in loan debt when they graduate. Now, if you're a recent high school graduate, if you're a parent that has not experienced this, then you really do not know what it's like to live with that. Every day once you graduate, that's in the back of your mind. That's hanging over your head. 6 months after you graduate, you got to start paying those loans. And I've seen it be common for kids to have anywhere from a few $100s to pay every month up to $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 in debt to pay every month. And you may believe that may not be a big deal, or it may not happen to you, but it's much, much more common than you would think. I know plenty of people with that type of debt. And when you want to graduate and you want to go live in your own apartment, your own home, you want to move out, the bills really start adding up when then you have to pay for rent, you have to pay for your own food, car, cell phone, whatever else. Student loan debt is a major payment to have every single month on top of all these things. Now, to make matters worse, because of kids not having any guidance or being shown the way, or not having an idea of what they want to do with their lives, not having a plan for their future, not being able to put a finger on, this is what I want to do with my life, this is the career I'm going to have when I get out, this is where, who I want to work for, or this is kind of the own company or whatever I'm going to start for myself. Kids end up graduating with basically pieces of paper, these degrees that are useless, because then they find out that, well, maybe this isn't for me, this isn't what I want to do, it's not what I thought it would be. In addition to the fact that it can be really difficult to get a job because there's millions of kids graduating every year, all trying to get jobs, and there's plenty of people in whatever field that you're in trying to get the same job, same position as you. Once you actually get into a position, if you find that it's not something that you really love and you really enjoy, then most likely you come to resent it. And whether you hate it or you just don't enjoy it and you feel unfulfilled, you could be putting in 40 hours a week for the rest of your life, staying in that position, on top of getting paid whatever kind of money, whether it's good or bad. There's not really a price that can be paid if you don't like how you're spending most of the waking hours of your week. It's a pretty insane chunk of your life. I'll put a link to another video in the description below that really shows you how much of your life can get eaten up when you end up living one of these like mind-numbing, soul-sucking 9-to-5 jobs, and you just are waiting for the weekend to come every single week. It's pretty eye-opening, honestly, once you realize that life is a lot shorter when you're not excited, you're not waking up every single day just so happy to be alive, and you're enjoying every moment. If you're not doing that, then life's going to get by like that. And while I'm not trying to scare anybody from going to college, I just want you to understand, if you're a parent watching this, or if you're a recent high school grad or soon-to-be high school grad watching this, I just want you to understand some of the possibilities that can exist. Because if you come out stuck with an insane amount of student loan debt, you're really not enjoying what you're doing every single day of your life, and you're just living for the weekend, and then you feel trapped, it can become kind of a vicious cycle, because then you're going to feel stuck, you're going to feel limited, like you don't have any other options. And then you start getting these thoughts of like, is this what my life is? I can't change it. And even when you eventually figure out, if you're lucky enough to figure out what it is that you would love to do, then you have to put in like 10 times the work to make that change in your life, because you're putting in 40 hours a week to the job, so you don't have the time to change it. Then you have to put money into paying these debts, on top of whatever other payments you have, so you don't have the money to change it. And then you want to be spending time outside of work doing things you actually enjoy, and spending time with your loved ones, relaxing, so then you don't feel like you have the time, even more time to put in to change it. And it could really, really bring you down. And so I want to help you avoid this if you don't know what it is you would like to do with your life. So again, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I just want young people and parents to understand the very real possibilities that exist if you just end up going to college with no plan, and if you don't have a full scholarship or something like that. But on the bright side, for millions of kids that are in your position every year, you are in a really wonderful position if you have not chosen to go to college yet, or even if you've only gone through a year of school or community college, whatever it might be. You don't have any responsibilities. You don't have any obligations. Now, I know that there's some exceptions to this. There's people that are 18, 19, 20 years old that are helping support their families or their household, or need to work already. But I think it's true for the most part that a lot of people that age don't have real responsibilities or real obligations. I mean, you could be working a job, but if you're not raising a family, if you don't have mortgage payments to make, you don't really have real responsibilities. You just have to worry about paying for yourself, which is not all that bad. You know, if you can compare a high school graduate who's coming out with $120,000 in student loan debt versus a recent high school graduate, and if they're both working, you could be working a $10, $12 an hour job and have more money to spend than a recent graduate who's making $50,000, $60,000 a year, because their money's just going away to debts and bills. Whereas you have the freedom to do things with your life. You could save up and you can travel the world if you felt like it. You can go and see what it's like to live on your own. You can go and live in a college town and still get that experience and just work and meet people, meet friends. You can go and sit in on lectures and talk to professors at the university. Even though you wouldn't be getting a degree, you could still be learning, still taking part of what it's like to go to college and to be getting an education without getting the degree. And see if it's for you, see if there's something you like. If there's fields of work that you feel like you might enjoy, then you could call somebody, you could email people. You just put out hundreds of emails and contact people that are in positions that you believe you might enjoy, and people will get back to you because they want to give back to somebody that's in your position, like they once were. And you could shadow them. You could see what it's like to live a day in their shoes doing the type of work that they do. So you could see, well, like, I would hate this. This is not for me. Even though on paper it might have sounded amazing to you. You may find something that you really, really enjoy. You might find some things that are okay, but it wouldn't make you feel really excited to wake up every day. You can make connections so that if you do pursue a certain field of work, you already know people that can help you. You'll find great opportunities for you and take advantage of opportunities or give you advice. So there's no rush. If you're 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever, you have so many years of your life left. So I'm not saying to do nothing and to be lazy and to put it off and whatever, I'll figure it out later. But you can take the most of this time to sit back and reflect and really get to know yourself and focus on what brings you joy each and every day, and just do things that would be fun to you. I mean, later in life, if you're somebody who wants to eventually have a family or get married or really have a career that's going to take up a lot of your time, then you may not have the ability to travel or do some type of bucket list things that you want to do. So now's the time to get to know yourself and to take some time off and do these things, so that once you do come back to deciding or figuring out what it is you'd like to do for a career, then you could be at ease knowing that you just experienced these amazing things and you had fun and you enjoyed your life, even more so while you're young. And then you can actually step forward into a career that you're enjoying and you don't feel like there's anything to regret or resent, because you've done everything that you really wanted to do, and you will continue to get to do something that you love to do each and every day. So just a couple more things I want you to consider before you stop watching this video today. A lot of us are told growing up that life is not all fun and games, and I think that's such a harmful belief to instill in a child, because people grow up with that, and you see so many adults just not really finding joy in their lives, not feeling fulfilled or having that like passion and excitement in their lives. And it's just, if you think about it, is that a way that you want to live? Of course not. And you could easily sit here and look at people that you admire, perhaps even idolize, and see that they love what they're doing. If you look at a professional athlete or a singer, talk show host, whatever it is, there are people doing what it is that they love to do, and they wake up excited every day. I mean, if you think about it, when you were a kid, most likely there was a period of time where you just woke up, super early, perhaps even before your parents were up, and you were just doing things, just having fun, whether it was watching Saturday morning cartoons or playing toys, playing with a sibling, playing video games, whatever it is, you were just excited to wake up and explore life and have fun and enjoy it. So if you can imagine some of the things that you loved doing when you were younger, you know that you could turn those into a career. You've seen people do amazing things, be paid incredible amounts of money to do what they love. And obviously there's people that are doing what they love but not getting paid a lot of money. But still, that's the beauty in life, is getting to do what you love every single day. It's one of the beauties in life. So if you can imagine it, then you know that it's a possibility for you. You've already seen people out there doing things that they love with their lives every single day, and you're no different. There's a quote that says, "Nothing human can be alien to me." I can't remember who said that, but it means that if you see anybody doing something, you know that you are capable of doing something just like that. When you think back, probably all of us as kids played like make-believe, played house or whatever it is. We used our imaginations, and basically we're like little actors. Think back to the kinds of things you would pretend to be back then. Would you pretend to be an astronaut or a superhero? Some people would pretend to be doctors or moms or dads even. Some people would be teachers. Some people would pretend to be veterinarians. You can grow up to be these things, or at least something close to them. I'm sure there's kids that would imagine themselves being superheroes, and now maybe they work in law enforcement, or something similar to that. You can grow up to be whatever it is you would like to be, as long as you believe that you can get there. Again, when you're a kid, you wake up excited every day to just play and to just have fun. And I believe that adults just forget that as we get older. Even probably through our teenage years, we just start to forget that's what life is about. It's about loving and laughing and playing and having fun and enjoying your life. Why else would we be here than to enjoy this life? To just be miserable and suffer and experience loss and feel stuck and limited and feel like we're not good enough? Of course not. We're here to enjoy this life. So you're 100% capable of waking up every single day and doing something that you enjoy, that you really love. I bet if you really were to think about it, there are days when you have plans to do something with friends, or there's just something you want to do yourself that you would wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. no problem to wake up and go do this thing. Nobody has to tell you. You don't even need an alarm clock for it. You just wake up and go because you're so excited to get there and do that. For me, I love sports. I really love playing hockey. I love playing football and basketball. So if I have plans to go play a hockey game with friends, I don't care if it's 4 or 5 a.m. as long as we could see enough to be playing. I'll be there. I don't have a struggle waking up, getting out of bed at all. But if there's something that I really feel just obligated to do, that I don't want to do, that I don't enjoy, then I'm gonna kind of wake up with the mindset of I just don't feel like doing this today. Today's gonna be like a blah kind of day, and we only have so many here on this earth, so we really want to limit the blah days and really increase the number of days that we wake up feeling truly excited, doing more and more of what we love. So for those of you that have stuck with me this far in this video, I have an exercise for you that you can do that will bring you just that much closer to living a life that you will really enjoy, and will give you a clearer vision of what it is that for yourself you should do next. So if you want to grab a pen and paper, and I have a couple questions that you could really sit there and take your time with, to answer and reflect and look within yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Just think for your own self, from your own heart, and I think you'll feel really at peace and find some harmony by the time you're done answering these questions. So if you could succeed at anything in your life, and you knew that it was actually impossible to fail at doing it, what is it that you would choose to do with your life? And then there's another question that will bring you another perspective, that is, if money were no object, how would you like to spend your days? If money didn't exist, you took it off the table, you were as free as anybody on this earth, how is it that you would like to spend the days in your life? When you're answering either of these questions, really think about it and put yourself there, really picture it, imagine it, feel it, see it, so you can really get the experience and be honest with yourself to find an answer that feels really good to you. These are things that should excite you, and you should kind of get that like that glim in your eye, like your eyes should light up if you were to sit down and talk with somebody about these things. Then from there, all you have to do is just think of something so that you can take one step in that direction. Just one little step, doesn't matter what it is. If you think it's something it's minuscule, that will make almost no difference. As long as it makes some kind of difference, just take one step in that direction. And then if you were to just keep doing that once a week for an entire year, that would be 52 actions that would build up to get you closer to where it is that you would want to be, to get you closer to that life that you just sat down and described for yourself. And then eventually you'll get into such a rhythm and have such courage and confidence and really start to get a feel for things that you can begin to take one little action every single day. Imagine where you would be in a year if you were to take 365 steps towards your dreams, towards that vision. It would be pretty amazing where you could be in your life if you were to just keep going, just be consistent, just keep taking action and moving forward. So never give up on your dreams. Whatever you write down today, do not forget it. You are capable of getting there, and you deserve to get there. Just remember that if you dream small, you'll live small. So dream as big as you possibly can. Make sure it excites you, it fulfills you, brings you joy, it makes you happy, and then just keep moving forward. And eventually you'll get there. And more importantly, the journey along the way will just be an amazing one for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, share this video with any friends or family you believe need to see this. Comment below, ask questions. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to help. And if you continue to find yourself struggling, if you are in this age group, visit my website in the link below. I offer services. I am a mentor, and we can work together one-on-one. We can work something out, and I'll help you get closer and closer and closer every week till you get to where it is that you would want to be. I want to help you avoid that life that I described, that life of limitation and debt and feeling unfulfilled and living 9-to-5 jobs. I want to see you happy and living a joyful, free life doing what you love. So thank you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll post another video next week.